Everyone says the same thing. Build a marketplace like eBay. You search it on YouTube, you Google it, it sounds so simple, just build a marketplace. But what no one talks about is how hard it actually is in the real world. Because the hard thing isn't to create a website with listings, it's all the other things. Payments, getting sellers before buyers, trust, admin tools, shipping, all the boring stuff you don't even think about when you start. And most people, they don't fail because their marketplace idea is bad necessarily. They fail because they never get past version 1. I know this because I've been building many niche marketplaces myself, and that's where I realized that when you say just build a marketplace, that's a massive understatement. In my case, one of the marketplaces I decided to build was a very niche marketplace. It's called Nordic Mugs, and it's a marketplace for buying and selling Moomin mugs. And I actually picked something super niche on purpose because I thought that building a niche marketplace would be easier, right? But once I actually started building it, I realized very quickly that that was not the case. The hardest part wasn't the idea and the building part, it was the cold start problem. So I built it, and then I realized I needed sellers before buyers, but buyers wouldn't come without listings first, so sellers. And then of course came payments, trust, moderation, admin tools, and all this stuff that you can build on top. And suddenly I realized that I wasn't just building another website, I was building kind of a system. And at that point it stopped feeling like just a side project. And that's also when it really clicked for me. So building a marketplace isn't just a simple feature or a simple website. It's a whole machine, a whole system, you could say. And just to show you, this is what the actual marketplace, my marketplace Nordic Mugs, looks like. So after building Nordic Mugs, I started noticing a pattern not only on my own marketplace, but on pretty much all marketplace ideas I saw online. Most marketplaces don't fail because their idea is bad. They fail because they never manage to actually ship the first version. And the reason why they don't ship the first version isn't motivation. The motivation is usually there. It's friction. Basically, there's just too much setup, too many tools, too many decisions, technical decisions that you have to make very early on. So you're suddenly sitting there and you have to decide things like what tech stack should you use? What about payments? What payment provider should you use? What about shipping? What about moderation? And how do listings actually work? And none of those decisions move you any closer to your first users. So what happens is that people get stuck on building the perfect marketplace, so an eBay clone with all eBay's features before anyone has even signed up. And by the time they're halfway there, they unfortunately burn out. And that's when it really hit me. The real problem isn't building an eBay clone. It's getting to version 1 fast enough to see if anyone actually cares. Because marketplaces aren't proven on paper, they're proven by getting users and getting them to actually transact on your marketplace. That's when you know you actually built something that is useful and people want to use it. And if you can't get there quickly enough, then your idea never really gets a chance. So after going through all this, my first initial idea wasn't to build a no-code tool. I actually went the opposite way. I built a marketplace boilerplate, something that developers could use to basically build marketplaces faster. And on top of that, I even created a course for becoming an AI marketplace developer. And that kind of helped to a point though. But what I kept noticing was that the biggest friction was still there. You still needed to be technical, and you still needed to make dozens of decisions before you could launch your marketplace. And that's actually when I started to ask a different question. What if you could create your marketplace as easy as just describing it, so that marketplace founders could focus on their idea, their niche, and on getting users instead of on what tech stack to use, what payment provider to use, and on the whole setup. And this question didn't actually come from wanting to build another tool. It came from frustration, from building real marketplaces and seeing where people get stuck. And that's what eventually led to Prometora. So instead of starting with code or a blank project, Prometora starts with the idea itself. You basically describe the marketplace you want to build, the niche, and how you want it to work. And from that description, Prometora then generates the foundation for your marketplace. Not just the pages, but the structure behind it, because all marketplaces are quite different. Just compare Airbnb to eBay, for instance. So basically it generates the flow that your marketplace then runs on. And what matters to me here has nothing to do with replacing developers. It has to do with removing all these unnecessary decisions at the very beginning without limiting what you can build later. Because you shouldn't have to lock yourself into whatever tech stack before you've actually talked to some real users on your marketplace. So with Prometora, the goal is to get you to version 1 fast, but on top of an infrastructure that is designed to grow with you no matter how big you become. So if and when you become the new Airbnb marketplace, you can still keep it on Prometora. And when real people start using your marketplace, you're not throwing anything away. You're basically improving, extending and scaling what already exists. Because Prometora isn't trying to guess the final shape of your business on day one. It's giving you a foundation that works for your first user and still makes sense to use when you have hundreds of thousands of users. So if you're thinking about building a marketplace, whether it's small, niche or something much bigger, the way I usually think about it is like this. Marketplaces aren't built in one moment. They're built by shipping, learning from your users, iterating based on their feedback. Then you ship again, then you learn some more, and then you iterate again, and then you keep on doing that basically. That's how it usually is. And Prometora is built for marketplace founders that want to start from an idea, build fast without cutting corners, and it's built on an infrastructure that doesn't box them in later as they grow. And Prometora is not for people that are trying to build maybe a one-click business. And Prometora doesn't replace thinking. There's still work to do here. You still have to figure out how to get your users to actually use your marketplace. So basically it's for people who want to focus on the marketplace itself, the niche, the users, the dynamics, instead of getting stuck in the setup before anything real actually exists. And if that sounds like you, then go ahead and test out Prometora and see what it can generate from your marketplace idea. And of course, no pressure, just check it out and see if it fits how you think. And of course, if you're interested in marketplace building in general, what works, what fails, how to build them, then please subscribe to this channel because this is where I'll be sharing all my learnings along the way. Thank you so much and I hope to see you in the next one. See you. Bye bye. Ciao.